Now let's turn to the Red Chamber, where tempers fled today at today's plenary. Some lawmakers resisted attempts to invite tax administrators into the Senate chambers for an interactive session on the proposed tax reform bills. The lawmakers argued that the proposed session was unplanned and not listed on the day's order paper. For more on this, let's bring in Senate correspondent who covers National Assembly correspondent TVC News, who's standing by for us now to give us more update. TVC, we continue to see mixed reactions and just conversations at the National Assembly over this tax reform bills. Give us updates on today's plenary.
Yes, Precious. Like you rightly said in the introduction of the story, this matter was not actually put on the day's order paper, but the leadership of the Senate thought it wise that it is, since this matter has stirred a lot of controversy, that they invite this tax administrators to come and explain to the lawmakers what exactly this bill entails, the details of the bill and the benefits inclusive. But, some lawmakers were not really having it. There was quite an uproar from a section of the lawmakers who said their own argument was that they were not properly notified. In fact, that was not what was billed to be discussed for today in the plenary. Today they were supposed to have a pay tribute to the former president of the Senate, Joseph Wires, who will be buried soon. But to their greater surprise, they were, briefed about this matter being brought up and saying that they wanted to invite some visitors into the chamber to explain to them why this tax bills are important. But the senators, the leadership said this is quite important. It's a matter of national importance, and it's important for them to, understand thoroughly, and for Nigerians to understand thoroughly what this bill is all about before anybody castigates it or, puts up an argument against it, and just understand the benefits of what this bill is all about.
And just after that, explain to us, was that session still had? Did they give a chance to the members of the FIRS to then have that conversation with the Red Chamber?
Yes, eventually that session was had. The FIRS chairman and as well as his other colleagues were given a chance to explain to the lawmakers what the details of this tax reform bills and what Nigerians stand to benefit. What the point that was actually emphasized was the fact that they don't need to tax the poor. The poor are the ones that are at the receiving end of this tax. And they want to change that. They want to ensure that businesses, small businesses thrive. And, also the poor is allowed to breathe as always clamored for. So they were given that opportunity to speak. And eventually, the mood of the Senate tells that maybe the grievance that some lawmakers actually had against these bills are beginning to soften. But of course, we will get to see more of that tomorrow because the session continues tomorrow, and the lawmakers will have an opportunity to throw questions at these tax administrators for areas that they don't find comfortable or that they don't properly understand after they've digested all that has been said in the session today.
And to just so interesting, you mentioned the mood of the Senate. Just going in that direction, what is the mood of the Senate concerning whether this bill is going to be passed or not, and how soon that might be?
Well, we can't say for now because what was being done today was an interactive session where, they were able to meet minds with this tax administrator just to understand what this bill is all about, because it was clear that a lot of senators do not even know what this bill is all about. They don't really know the content of the bill. Some of them have not gone through it. Some of them have not read it. And, it was just an avenue for them to better understand the details in this bill and what it seeks to achieve and the benefits Nigerians stand to gain. Because some of them were actually afraid that, it might affect the people in their constituents. They had a lot of, fears and doubts, but probably after the session properly explained to them today, they will have change of thought. So it was just session to enlighten them further. It has just been presented for first reading. It has not gone through second reading. A public hearing has not been held yet. So we don't know if this will actually sail or not. It is just an enlightenment session that was held today. And hopefully they hope that, the lawmakers and other Nigerians will better understand what this bill seeks to achieve, and hopefully it gets to pass.
Absolutely. We'll continue to follow this particular development and bring our viewers update. Thank you so much, Jesu, for that update.